have we got a show for you tonight.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that means you. Welcome to the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. It's Tuesday, July 11th, the year of our Lord 2017. Belly up to the bar. We've kept your seat, and it's great to see you back. Got a great show for you tonight. The one and only Jeff Dunitz. BZ's gonna cook off on de Blasio. And all sorts of other buttery goodness kinds of things. Already, now that's another reason that I have to say that I absolutely love Jersey Joe leading in. Because already it's like a built-in audience. There it is, right there in front of my screen. And so I have to say, because my mother would, if she were here, she would slap the shit out of me if I wasn't kind to everybody in chat. And hello to Melanie, good to see you in chat. Jersey Joe, and we've got Kel Fritzy, good to see you there. We've got Mike and two viewers who are viewing in masked mode at this point, apparently, and I'll not unmask them. So, welcome to everybody. Hey folks, you can be in chat too. You go to shrmedia.com, click on live. I think it's click on air. And you too can be right there in chat. We have for us tonight, we have a grand individual. It's, I've got a whole lot of stuff scheduled, but first off, I have to tell you that I have a very, very special guest tonight. And our special guest is none other than Jeff Dunitz. We've worked long and hard to get this together. Jeff is a very, very busy kind of man. And so I have to say right now, because, of course, there has to be an introduction for Jeff Dunitz, does there not? Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, boys and girls, children of all ages, I have to say it is my unique pleasure to introduce a very special guest to you tonight. He is a true Renaissance man, multi-talented, multi-layered, and jam-packed with political insight, and he's the owner of lidblog.com, Jeff Dunitz. Now, Jeff is the owner, editor, and publisher of The Lid, and is also a weekly political columnist at the Jewish Star and Truth Revolt. And he's also, listen to this, check this out. He's written at Breitbart, Hot Air, and PJ Media's Tatler, amongst many other sites. I think he's going to give me an update in a bit. Jeff, of course, however, has his own weekly radio show right here on the SHR Media Network every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, where he crams more ubiquitous, perspicacious sagacity into 1 hour than any other mortal on the planet. So, Jeff, I have to tell you this also. Jeff has interviewed such luminaries as Kurt Schlichter, Mark Morano, Ken Timmerman, Dr. Paul Brown, former Florida Representative and Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, very nice grab, Project Veritas creator James O'Keefe, Harlan Smith, Mark Krikorian, Barry Rubin, Jim Garrity, Representative Lee Zeldin, Ed Morrissey of Hot Air himself, the fabulous, my favorite cartoonist, political cartoonist, Michael Ramirez, Adam Baldwin, and Jonah Goldberg, amongst many, many others. So, Jeff, Well, that's why I say I have to apologize, because I know that I must have left people out that you've interviewed. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, yes, you're right. I have. But there has. You every time. See, that $20 was obviously well spent. But okay, Jeff, I got to tell you. Well, I was on. That's just. That's okay. That's all right. Who did I leave out? I had to have left something or someone out of that interview pack, Jeff. Well, yeah. Besides me, though, because you have really made some amazing grabs, so to speak. Okay, there you go, Ted Cruz. Oh, how cool is that? Very nice, Ed Morrissey. Okay, well, if you know Ed Morrissey, then you probably also know Hugh Hewitt's producer, Dwayne Patterson. Uh huh. Oh, cool. Okay. Ah, yes, that's right. Tammy's show is on Tuesdays also, but she's 1 hour ahead of me. Yep, you're right. Now, see, that just. All right, I have to be honest. Now, I have spoken to Tammy Jackson here on the show. That was about 2 weeks ago, and she also is a great interview. But she tells me she has no money, and there you go, revealing that she has sufficient greckles to get on a cruise. Fine, Tammy, fine. I see how that goes, and didn't invite me. Didn't invite me. Now, Kel in the chat room, welcome to Kel. Good to see you there. She asks, are you talking about the Alaskan cruise? Was that the Inside Passage cruise? Okay. Okay. And that was great. I went on that one in about 2004, right around it. No, it was 2004. 5 years before my dad passed away. And I went on the cruise with my dad, and we were on Holland America. We had the greatest time. We ended up in that bay, and with a glacier piece actually calved into the ocean. I've got it on camera. It was grand, absolutely grand. Uh-oh, why? Okay, I didn't know there were birds. Oh, you're a bad American. Now, here's a question. Here's one of the immediate questions that I have. Now, when you say that there were birds on the cruise, are you talking about seagulls, trash cans of the sky? Yeah. It, it it was absolutely beautiful when I went, and I'm sure it was for you. Now, going back a little bit, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, that is absolutely correct because of all the incredible, and it's just what I found was it's, yes, it's the beauty, but it features, and tell me if I'm wrong, it features a color palette that you just don't see anywhere else. The ocean, what? Yes, that's it. That's exactly it. The ocean is a different sort of a cerulean kind of blue. The ice is not just white. The ice is shades of blue, different shades of blue, and other colors, sort of kind of moving over into kind of a bit of a purple palette. And there's some orange. It's just a spectacular variety of colors. It was beautiful. Absolutely. Now, question for you. I used to like to get up on the bow and look over when I could. And I noticed on any number of occasions, we had, I wouldn't say they were following us, but we did. No, I didn't. I, I wish I'd thought of it, though. Now, I would think that's really funny. I'm not sure if there were all the passengers there that would think that was particularly funny, but I can remember looking down and at a number of times on the cruise, there were porpoises, dolphins, whatever they were, mammals in the sea following the ship. It was absolutely spectacular. And then I saw what I thought was probably a pod of orca because they were really dark in color. I mean, if you haven't been up to the inside passage on a cruise and the various stop. Oh yeah, right. Yeah, it fell backwards into the Lego Sea. I used to go in whale cruises in Monterey Bay when the whales are running, kind of like the bulls, only different, much wetter than the running of the bulls in Pamplona. But in any event, the whales would get incredibly close to the little boats out there. You could see their eyes, and then they'd breach up into the ocean, slam down. You'd see the tails come up, the puffs of breath as they took as they expelled air from the old air from their lungs. Just things like that. Absolutely gorgeous. I hate the stupid state of Fornicalia, but my God, its scenery is just absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. What? Okay, all right, good. Oh, man. Okay, now that we've promoted cruises to Alaska and the Inside Passage, and you guys haven't booked one yet, for folks that may not be familiar with your absolutely percipient profundity, can you give us a little background on yourself, where you were born, raised, that kind of thing to begin with? Like Bill Cosby? Uh-oh. I should know. I should know. Aha. Really? Okay. Well, hey, you were young. Ele- you got political at 11. Wow. Bingo. Thank you. Almost all. Yeah, too many, yes. Oh, okay. Okay, then sort of. Okay, so that when you said 2009, the first thing that came to me was a question. Before 2009, were you even politically interested, motivated? You were. Okay. 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 Right. I started my blog, excuse me, in 2004, and I think you started right around in that time also, because yeah, yours was one of the first that I read, and I can remember going to, and it was called Yid with Lid at that time, and I can remember going to your site, and I'd look, and there were very few comments, and I was stupid enough at the time to think that one's impressions in the blogosphere were with the number of comments that you acquired. Do you remember that big ecosystem that used to grade blogs? And it went from like lowly paramecium to mammal to mortal god or something like that. Yes, and I ran me, and I'm down by, sea sperm, and I looked at yours, and it was like way the hell up there, and I thought, my God, how does this guy get so many hits on his blog, and nobody wants to comment? I didn't get it, but it was all because of the good writing that you were doing then, and you've been consistently doing ever since. It's all about the writing. Right. I don't know if you get trolls. I got trolls, and at the beginning, I'd get some comments here and there, and then my comments went up, and then I knew I'd really found my sweets. I don't know. This sounds weird. I knew I'd found my sweet spot in the blogosphere when I got an arseload of trolls who came to my blog all the time, and my God, I migrated from Blogspot, and then I went over and bought my own domain under WordPress, and that gives you a little bit more control. But still, all the people and the spam and the F's and S's directed at me in spam, the hits just keep on coming. For a while, I thought, okay, I'll let a couple go through. And there was another guy named John, and I still let him through today because he doesn't use the F and the S word. But he's the only guy that I let through because all the rest of it is no argument, nothing. It's just blank you and blank this and blank that. It's stupid. That's no... I knew there was a reason I wanted you in the saloon, and that was it right there. Oh, right. No, that makes absolute sense. Do you know Carrie Baxter Donovan? Okay. I interviewed her. I came across her through Twitter and through Sean Lewis here on SHR. And she said the exact same thing. She was a big fan of Breitbart. She used to write to him. And she said when he passed away, it was like there was a big hole in her heart, and it was never the same. Absolutely never the same. Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, see, really, really. Okay. All right. Right. Oh, whoa. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, because she's a big Second Amendment person, certainly. Very nice. Yes. You're echoing the same thing that everybody that I've spoken to that claimed that they knew Andrew Breitbart was saying that the day that he died, it just really it never felt the same. Perhaps the writing was similar, etc., etc. I get it. I understand that, and I'll be the first to say that it was only after Andrew died that I even began to understand what Breitbart was and who he was. I was so far away from Andrew Breitbart. I wish I could have met him and just sat down. I bet he would have enjoyed just sitting down with a beer and talking. Yeah, okay. No, you don't. You don't get anybody that. Well, yeah, that's true. People are glued to cell phones. They're glued, looking down all their lives at their cell phones. That's absolutely true. Unfortunately, It's the bottom of the hour. We're going to have to go to a break. Now, when we come back, if Jeff happens to think that this has just been an easy ride so far, I have to tell you that we're going to start asking some questions of good old Jeff. Jeff, are you up for it, my good man? Okay, that's good. Okay, cool. All right, folks, we are talking to Jeff Dunitz, owner of the lidblog.com. Please stay glued to YouTube, which apparently is not hearing Paul Jeff and is hearing me for whatever stilted and stunted question that happens to be. And tell you what, we will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Hello, I'm Matt, a student at Hillsdale College. Here's Hillsdale President Larry Arnn on the continuing relevance of the Constitution.
Many argue today that the Constitution is outdated because it addresses problems peculiar to the 18th century. Some parts of the Constitution do read rather quaintly. Consider the injunction against titles of nobility in Article 1, Section 9 of the Constitution. But is that so outdated? The purpose of the injunction is to prevent the government granting special privileges to some for partisan reasons. This strikes at the heart of the rule of law. The crony capitalism so common today is a place where the government bestows favors and tax dollars on some businesses to give them a leg up over others. This is exactly the kind of thing the Constitution was meant to prohibit. The Constitution is not so outdated after all.
This Constitution Minute was brought to you by Hillsdale College. To join the national conversation on the Constitution, go to constitutionminute.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because truth is not always pleasant.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for a stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sako as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
In a world where insanity reigns supreme and safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, it's comforting to know an ancient, fat, long-haired, bearded reprobate has your mind in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, broadcasting behind enemy lines in occupied California. And despite every attempt by the SHR Media Network to revoke his shameless contract, we return to the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I do say welcome back to the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. I'd like to say hello to all sorts of people in chat. First, we have Jersey Joe. We have Melanie, who's in there. Mike, Dave Milner, the unpleasant blind guy who really isn't. Not blind, but unpleasant. Kel Fritzy, the Canadian infidel, Dan Butcher of High Plains pundit fame, Mary Brockman, and of course the ubiquitous Jeff Dunnitz, with whom we are speaking now, right now, live and direct. Jeff. Yes, sir. Okay, all right. The only thing that I know about the ubiquitous faith is that they get around. That's all I know about them. And end of statement, that's all. Okay, so I have to ask you, you're obviously well-educated, you're university educated. Where did you go to college or university? Ooh. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you knocked off my next question. Did you ever get your master's? And obviously, yes, you did. You didn't. Oh, okay. Okay. So then that begs the next question. Is that customarily what you've done for quite some time now, is you've been involved in advertising? Really? It is. Your talents are wide-ranging. Okay, back up just a little bit. You said you went to work for Marvel, M-A-R-V-E-L? The comics? Okay. All right, what did you do? You got to tell me. I didn't know this. What did you do? Okay. Now, during... Oh, jeez. Oh, Lord. Well, that's almost like the epitome of cruelty. Okay, so when you were at Marvel, okay. Yes, they had toys and comic books and reading material and all the best, all the finest. So just out of curiosity now, what years were you there at Marvel? In the 90s? Okay. All right. Okay. You're absolutely right. You prove what I said, and I've been saying for quite some time. People leave jobs, they think it's all about the cash. But primarily, it's about who is your immediate supervisor / working conditions. Because anybody knows, you can name all the worst bosses that you have ever had. But you really remember the good bosses. And the good bosses are not outnumbered. It's a sad kind of thing, but you left because you had the boss from hell. How about if we move over into politics just a little bit? I wasn't a Trump guy last year, and anybody that listens to my show knows that my candidate was Ted Cruz. So, if I might be so bold, for whom were you lobbying, and for whom did you vote? And now with Trump in office, I have to end up with, what are your thoughts about Donald Trump? It's a huge question. Okay. All right. Okay. Who eats pizza with a knife and fork? Well, yeah, that unfortunately, yeah, you're right. You're right. I remember the picture of Kasich. Right. Yep. Yep. Bingo, bango, bongo, Batman. Thank you very much. Yes. He's trying. Okay. All right. I know where you're going. See, you're getting into what I consider to be the absolute crux of the biscuit. If there's one thing that I remember from my, this is really going to date me, from my high school civics class in the 60s, Mr. Helms told me this, and I will never forget it. Democrats don't win elections, Republicans lose them. It's the same thing with the GOP. The GOP was handed a mandate by the electorate. We want things to change, and the rumbling that's going on right now is not going to be good for the GOP. So you kind of big-footed one of my questions, and then you went right into it, and that's this. What's the current state of the GOP? Will they ever get it? John McCain. Yes, I see that right now. And folks, if you're interested, go to lidblog.com. That's what Jeff is on. And I'm looking at it right now, and there's a picture of John McCain. It says, John McCain is America's poster child for term limits. And the article that Jeff has up right now, it says, John McCain suspected of leaking Trump dossier to the media. But there's more to it than that. McCain sent an operative first to Canada and then across the pond to get information from a UK espionage kind of guy where he got this, quote, dossier on Trump allegedly urinating on the bed. John McCain is nothing but an underminer for conservatives. I can't think of any other way to quantify John McCain. Okay, yes. Yes, I yeah. No. No, it's a bunch of bullshit. It's unmitigated bullshit. Yes. No, it's a nothing burger. Yes, it does. Okay, I missed it. Go ahead. Okay. Yes, you never know what you're going to pick up. Yes. Well, yes, that's true. Because these guys are political neophytes. They may know a lot about business. That may motivate them meetings. And I think that's why Trump consistently says, I want to do deals with people, because that's what he does. He does deals with people. And I think that's also the thing with Putin and Russia. He doesn't mind meeting with Putin and Russia. I'm going to play later on, Jeff, after you go. I got to play this retired Lieutenant Army, Lieutenant Colonel Army retiree Ralph Peters was on Tucker Carlson tonight. And I have that whole thing. Peters went over the edge with that, and that's part of my point. You know, we've done deals with bad people. That's what we've done. And then shit changes. Yes. Oh, yeah. That's what you do. Melanie Collette in chat said, John McCain is an ass. Trump Jr., stupidity isn't criminal. Yes, again, it's a nothing burger. Yeah, he wasn't put on the proper rein. He didn't neck rein real well, just like you point out, but there's nothing there, Jeff. Nothing there. But it's a bombshell. It's a bombshell, says CNN. It's fodder. Yes. Yep. Mm. Yep. Yes, I do. Well, yeah, it's the DC political axiom. The cover-up is worse than the initial event itself. Very true. Okay. The cover-up, yes, the cover-up. All the omission, yeah. Or as Melanie said, they keep forgetting. Yeah, but like they say, he was Nixon's crook. One quick question for you, Jeff. Folks, we've been talking to Jeff Dunitz, who is a wonderful author and has his own radio show here on the SHR Media Network. I'm going to have to break for the top of the hour. I don't know if you have to go. You are welcome to come back after the top of the hour. Okay. All right. Cool. Then perfect. Folks, I'm having a great time. We're talking to Jeff Dunitz. Please hang around. I'm happy to see you guys in chat if you're listening live. Apparently, YouTube is kind of messed up. Spreaker is working just fine. If you want to listen to Spreaker. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we're going to be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Kafka, stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sako as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
The bloviating Zeppelin. He's Bigfooted enough radio shows to last a lifetime, courtesy of Sean, Clint, Ken, and Jersey Joe. Now it's time for him to waddle on his own 2 feet via the glorious SHR Media. Gird thy loins for the bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. Coming soon to ossicles near you. Excelsior.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, you are listening to the SHR Media Network, and you are listening to the Bloviating Zeppelin. This is the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, and for the entire first hour, we were lucky enough to speak to Jeff Dunitz, and we've got Jeff back. So, Jeff, it's up to you. You interested in another 5, maybe 10, let me know, and I'm all playing it by ear for you because I have to say, number 1, I'm having a great time. Number 2, you're a great interview and a lot of fun. I'm just telling you the truth. Uh-oh. No, I can listen. You don't lie. If there's one thing I've learned about you is you don't lie. So I have to believe you. I have to completely believe you. We were speaking about some things that were political, and we were speaking about the Republicans. And what do you think, Sir Jeff, about the state of the art of the opposite camp of the Democrat Party right now? What have they got? Yep. Yep. Schumer? Yes, I would have to agree. You know, I understand politics. I understand being political, but I don't understand. Well, yes, I do, and I. It's like I said the other day. I said the media, for example, and we'll get to the media in a second. The media is in the process of committing seppuku, and I think that's a wonderful thing. As a matter of fucking fact, I'll be their second. I really will. I'll hand them the sword, and I'll be the first to say, you know, don't forget about that very important second vertical cut. Very, very important. But it's the same thing about the Democrats. They have nothing. They're the party of nothing, except... Now, what are they now, Jeff? Are they 0 for 4, 0 for 5, something like that right now? Right. Oh, yes, I have. Yes, Yes, I have. Yes, I was so hoping that it was going to be Keith Ellison. Can you imagine the buttery political goodness that Keith Ellison would have made? Oh, my God. That's another story. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, imagine that. Yes. Hey, since we're doing that, let's throw racist in there as well. Because I've read some of his things. You opened the door. I'm going to ask you to walk through it. You addressed a little bit of it, but I have to tell you the thing that I don't get, and obviously you have insight, is how bingo, yes, bingo. I don't get that. The only thing that I can conclude is that politics trumps their religion and Israel. So, are they Jews? Okay, I get it. Yeah, consider the source. Yes, he was. No. Aha. You make an interesting point. Yes, tried to undermine the election of Netanyahu. Specifically spent money and sent it across the pond to undermine the election of Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh God, yes, yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Well, and look at all the videos that the person that you interviewed, James O'Keefe and Project Veritas, proved. Yes, they do. Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. My mistake. Good point. Well, it's a leftist element. Yeah. Well, what we're going to... Oh, right. Right. Then question for you. Have you heard anything in the future about perhaps that occurring? Or is that just off the table now? Yes. Well, really? Well, basically, he sets them up for life, does he not? And it's a motivating factor. That motivates them. They'll be taken care of fiscally. Yes, and their families. Oh. Oh, boy. Well, as you also pointed out, one of the last acts that he did was for, if I'm not mistaken, the United States not to abstain with regard to the censorship of or the censoring of Israel. Yes. What? The thing that I find so frustrating is that it can be done. And the biggest obstructionist, the Democrats are going to be obstructionist. It's the job. It's in the job description. But the people like McCain, Lindsey Graham, et al., that are absolutely adamant against doing something like this, they're the persons responsible. The Democrats have made it all about process. We're not getting shite done. And in a way, the Democrats are winning because they continuously focus on faux issues, and they have the full thrust of the American media maggots behind them. So that leads me. Yep. Yes, he was. What he has the bully pulpit, and he has everybody in chat, I'm sure, was going to say this and believe it. I'm sure you'll say it and believe it. The Republicans don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to message. And if there's one thing the Democrats do very well, is that. Oh, yes. Oh, God, yes. Oh, hell yes. Social media. Yes. Okay. Jeff, I couldn't even tell you who the RNC chair is today. I couldn't tell you. I don't know. Yep. Nice. Oh, right. Perfect. Yes. It does. Folks, we're talking to Jeff Dunitz. It's the bottom of the hour. I'm going to have to take my break. I'm going to ask this one more time, and you can say yes or no. If you want to hold over for the break, you can. Up to you, sir. If you got to go, perfectly understandable. Okay, just as long as it's not on the radio. I'll tell you what, if you can hang, I'd like to talk to you a little bit more. I've got one or two more questions. Folks, you are listening to Late Night Conservative Talk Radio here in the Berserk Bobcat Saloon. That was Jeff Dunitz. Please, the last segment coming right up, and you come right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Hey, it's Sean from the Sackheads Radio Show. Also one of the owners here at the SHR Media Network. Are you opinionated? Have you ever wanted to do your own show? Have you ever heard somebody like the Sackheads and go, yeah, I could probably do that better? Well, now's your chance. Send me a 5-minute clip at sackheadsradio@gmail.com, and maybe you can be part of the SHR broadcasting team. sackheadsradio@gmail.com.
Times are dark. The people are misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation looking for direction needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, Pundit Press Radio, and YouTube through the SHR Media page for a different kind of commentary on the unpleasant blind guy. Because the truth is not always pleasant.
Hey, this is Mim from Freedom Fest, the world's largest gathering of free minds. Join your friends from SHR Media at the beautiful Paris Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, July 19th through the 22nd for 3 amazing days of liberty-oriented discussion, investment advice, and the Anthem Film Festival. It's our big 10th anniversary, featuring keynote speaker William Shatner and Freedom Fest favorites, including Steve Forbes, Jim Rogers, Lee Edwards, David Boaz, Doug Casey, Dinesh D'Souza, John Stossel, Lisa Kennedy, Grover Norquist, Peter Schiff, and many more. Don't miss out. Register at freedomfest.com for $100 off the regular registration rate when you use the all-caps code SHRmedia.
Featuring right thinking from a left brain and doing the job the American maggots won't. BZ is fundamentally changing America one diaper at a time. Just when safety pin manufacturers are running out of metal for the diapers of the leftists, where the speech is free, but the drinks are not. The Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon can be heard every Tuesday and Thursday night, commencing at 11 p.m. Eastern and 8 p.m. Pacific, where pushback is a requisite art form in and of itself. Let your ossicles be truly liberated when you listen to the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon, only on SHR Media Network. No ferrets were harmed in the making of this ad.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the final segment of the Bloviating Zeppelin's Berserk Bobcat Saloon. We have been speaking for an hour and a half. We have had the luxury of speaking to Jeff Dunitz. And Jeff, I have just two more questions for you, sir. Yes, sir? Okay. 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 What? Okay. No, I don't. Okay, go ahead. Folks, hold up your hands. Okay, I don't see any hands being held up. All right. Okay, well, moving. Yeah, Dave Milner in chat said, what? Dave Milner said, hey, his name is my name, too. And then Dave Milner says, now I have to admit, now I'm from, the left portion of the United States, and I have to tell you, I did not hear that. Dave Milner did. Dave Milner did. So he got it. Dave Milner said, well, yeah. Jeff said, or excuse me, Dave said, Jeff, I got it. I perfectly got it. I remember that. Yes, there's a reason that Dave is in chat. Oh, wait. Okay. All right. Now everybody's chiming in. Mary Brockman said, yep, I got it. Dave said, yep, I got it. Mike says, yep, I got it. And Mary Brockman also says, if you friend Lizzie Borden, you'll get hacked. Yeah, yep. That's a good one. I like that. I like that one, Mary. That's not too bad. Okay, last political question. And that's this. Because I went off on a rant last Thursday about CNN. So, Jeff Dunitz, do you have any thoughts about what I term the state of the art of the American media maggots today? Yep. Are you talking about the CEO, Jeff Zucker? Oh, no, that I don't know. I don't know. Oh, God, no. Oh. You're not talking about Mad Cow, are you? Oh, John, Mike says Stelter? Oh, my God. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. You're being very kind. I mean, Geraldo Rivera is infinitely better than Shepard Smith. Facts and evidence. Okay, I got to hear about that. Okay, I got to hear it. I knew you were going there. Oh, okay. Ow. Jeff, thank you. I wasn't drinking, just like I told Melanie Collette about an hour ago, 2 hours ago. I said, thank God I wasn't drinking a carbonated beverage when you just said that. No. It. Dave Milner says in chat, he asks, is Rivera the Juan Epstein of news? And then he also asks you, he says, Jeff, maybe he got the tat on the Gentile side of his body. That's good. That's actually a good one, Dave. I really like that one. Okay. Oh, okay. Didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, poor Minnesota. How sorry. How sad. Yes, but the best half. And an empty safe. Really? Okay. That's being a sport. Okay, that's being a sport of it. Okay. I don't either, and I used to work for them. I used to work for McClatchy. Yes. I don't double check you, Jeff. Yes, I do too. Yes, which is the smart thing to do, obviously. Let them state it themselves exactly. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's from the X-Files. I know. Dave Milner says that he's used from some stuff from Truth Revolt before, and he also said, I don't know a lot of conservative hosts that don't say, check out what I say. We're secure in the argument. We don't predicate everything but upon emotions. And just like you, when I read an article, I see the links. Well, oh, yes. No. That's why people love you, Jeff. Yes. No, and they... Now, let me get serious just for a moment, and then we can go back. One of the reasons that people like you, and they read you, and they listen to you, is because they know the fundamental truth about you, and that's this. You're a good guy. You can tell it in your writing. You can tell it when people listen to you, when you speak on your radio show, when you speak on other shows. You have attributes. You source your materials. You have veracity. You have verisimilitude. You have believability. You have built up a readership and a listenership over the years, and people tell you things and want to read you and want to listen to you because you tell the truth. It's the... Okay. Okay. True. Well, yes, it becomes personal immediately. Immediately. Yes. Well, it's like CNN. I went off on CNN. They doubled down on stupid. The American media maggots doubled down on stupid. The Democrats, Hillary Clinton, doubled down on stupid. Oh, no. No, it's not. That's true. Well, it's so easy and it's so trite. It's like calling someone a racist anymore. It's water off a duck's back. I bet you do. No. It means nothing anymore. Nothing. Yes, you are. And I used an example. I used an example earlier. Ralph Peters essentially called Tucker Carlson tonight supporting a Nazi. He was a Nazi supporter. That's so far. That's so far beyond the pale that man would even go there. It's bandied about with such abandon. It almost means nothing anymore. It almost means nothing. No, we can see what political correctness is doing in Europe right now. Right now. Well, yes. What does Mexico call people that are coming in from El Salvador? Illegal. Yes, they do. Oh, that's nice. I like that. That'll work. Quick story, Jeff. Quick story about going down to the Mexican Riviera cruise. We stopped in, I don't remember the town we stopped. It was really nice. A lot of jungle. It wasn't Cabo, but it was really hot and sweaty and a lot of humidity and a lot of jungle and whatnot. And as we are taking a tour, there are some people that are squatting on the streets on the sidewalk. And the Mexican guy that was giving our tour was saying, see those people right there? Those are Hondurans. They're taking away our jobs. Don't give them any money. See those people over there that are sitting right there? Those are El Salvadorans. Don't give them any money. They're trying to sell you things. They need to go back to the damn country because they're trying to undercut us. That's what Mexico thinks of illegal immigrants. It's funny you got that. Hang on just one second. I had a cut that I was going to play tonight. Let me see if I have it. Yes, I do. This is about 2 minutes, and you're going to be able to hear it yourself, Jeff. And I want everybody else to hear it because just what you said, you're going to hear on this particular video. So, folks, about folks and illegal immigration, yes, here's somebody that disagrees with Maxine Waters and her views on illegal immigrants.
Racism! All the jobs with illegal immigrants! You have destroyed the black community! You are a black racist! You hate black!
She's saying that about Maxine Waters. She said, you have destroyed the black community with illegal immigration.
All the jobs went to illegal! You gave our jobs to illegal! We want you out!
We want you out. You give the jobs to illegals.
You're paid with taxpayers' money and you're giving jobs to illegals!
It's happening right now, just as you say, Jeff, under the auspices of Maxine Waters in her community. Not happy people, just like you said. Well, yes, besides she's a loon. And yet yes, and let's not forget her daughter as well, Crook B. In any event, that's exactly what you said. I was going to absolutely cook off on Bill de Blasio today. I was going to cook off on a lot of things. But instead, I spoke. This is glorious. I've spoken to Jeff Dunnett for 2 whole hours. You know, I know, Jeff, it's late for you, but this is the last question, I swear. Would you consider... Okay. Oh, neat. What is it? lidsvids.com? Okay. Okay, folks, go to lidsvids.com. Excellent. Thank you. So, Jeff, the final question. Would you consider reappearing here in the Berserk Bobcat Saloon? Because, frankly, I'd love to have you back with as much frequency as you'll allow. Would you consider it? I know. That's true. And I thank you for the sacrifice that you've made. Jeff, you... Oh, my God. All right. Holy moly. Oh, that's right. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Oh, well, yes. Today is tomorrow for you. Oh, cool. Okay, where can people listen to your radio show? Well, apparently neither have I. All right. Yes. Ooh, ow. Don't tell him that. Oh, don't tell her that then. Oh, my God. Folks, you've been listening to Jeff Dunitz. We've had a grand time. Jeff, from the bottom of my quaking little clotted heart and my past due heart attack, I say thank you ever, ever, ever so kindly for taking as much time as you have to appear here tonight. I will never do this to you again and think about 2 hours of this. But thank you from the bottom of my heart, sir. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, ow, nice. All right, thank you very much. Alrighty. Thank you, Jeff. That was a grand time. That was Jeff Dunitz of The Lid. What a grand guy he is. And, of course, there's this.
Monsieur has unlocked!
We'll meet again.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we were just talking to Jeff Dunitz. And that was a grand time. I did not anticipate that it was going to go a full 2 hours. And again, I either have to A, apologize, or B, just overflow with thanks for Jeff and his taking as much time as he did out of his busy schedule to talk to us for 2 hours in the saloon. It's time to go bye-bye. You can hear Sackheads Radio tomorrow evening, and I'll be there along with Sackhead Clint and Sackhead Sean. And then I will be back, and I am going to cork off again on Thursday. But before I do, just a little bit of a heads up. I'm going to be speaking, and you're going to be listening to the Underground Professor, Dr. Michael Jones, next Thursday at the top of the hour when the show just starts. So please come back. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being in chat. God bless. Be safe. Come back.
Everybody quiet down now and get some sleep.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Ben.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Daddy.
Good night, children.
Good night, Daddy. Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.
What's going on? I was asleep. What's everybody doing?
Good night,
Jim Bob. Go to sleep.
Good night, and good luck.